What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and we just learned a hell of a lot of information about the upcoming Mines of Moria raid for Heroes of Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Okay, so to start things off, before we get into everything, as you can see, I did start a new channel here, and it's dedicated to Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth. And if you like my content, go ahead and give me a tag on the subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video. It's going to help me, it's going to help the channel, and I really want to bring all this information to you guys. I enjoy doing it. But let's get into the Mines of Moria, why you are clicking on this video to watch. Now, we got information yesterday. And let's look at that information, and that is the cadence of the raids, the chapters, and the release dates of the raid itself. The first one, this first chapter, is going to be this month in July. On the 26th, it's going to kick off that first chapter, which is They Are Coming. The next chapter is going to be in August. That's going to be Doom Doom. Chapter 3 is Blades in the Dark. That's going to release in September. And looks like the last chapter they're giving us is Shadow and Flame, and that's going to be in October. And through the dev diary, we did actually learn a little bit more of what's going on. And as you can see here, Gandalf is featured here because we are going to earn Gandalf shards as a reward for the finishing the chapters in the raids of the Mines of Moria raid. So remember, you're going to have a guild track, you're going to have your own personal track, so you're going to get rewards plenty through both sides, and the better you can do for your personal rewards is also going to go a long way for your guild rewards. And of course, we went over this when we first covered it. You're going to get gold currency, you're going to get character XP, gold raid coins, mithril raid coins, and of course, Gandalf the Great character shards. Now, we did have a dev diary today, which delved further into what's going on, and they gave us some key notes here. First of all, the first chapter we know about, it's going to be waves and waves of orcs attacking, and you're going to have a time limit, and you have to kind of kill as many of those orcs as you can within the time limit. Now, here are the rules for scoring, and of course, the higher difficulty, the higher score you get, the further you're going to be put on that reward track. So, you're going to gain 5 points for every percentage of health lost by an enemy orc. You're going to gain 500 points for every defeated enemy orc. Whenever there is 2 or more enemy orcs defeated in a single turn, that's like an AoE damage, you're going to get 1,000 points for every orc defeated this way, and you're going to gain 4,000 points for every enemy orc defeated by an enemy orc bomber. Now, if you may be wondering, what is the orc bomber? Well, as you can see on the screen, the orc bomber is a specific orc that's brought in for this raid. It's going to have a 2-turn ability. It's going to have a torch, which is going to light on its first turn, and on the second turn, it's going to lob that bomb over against its enemy. However, if it takes enough damage, or even gets killed, it's going to drop that bomb, and it's going to blow up its side along with its teammates, and that's going to get you 4,000 points if any of those orcs are killed with that orc bomb. So obviously, some other things they told us about is you're going to have 5 attempts per roster to submit. So basically, you're gonna go through these attempts, and you're gonna submit your best ones, and you're gonna get 5. Looks like you can bank 5 attempts. Now, when you do submit one of those attempts, I'm not sure if they didn't really go into whether you're going to keep all 5 or it's going to take the best of your 5. But what's going to happen is it's going to take that team that you use, it's going to lock it away, it's going to be exhausted. You're not going to be able to use that team again for another attempt at this chapter. Now, that's only for the chapter. That's not for the overarching entirety of the raid itself. But again, we're only going to get this first chapter. They do say that you should go wide with your roster. You want to look at team compositions on certain chapters which are coming out, and obviously, again, we're not going to have all the chapters of this raid until October, each one coming out each month. Now, they did give us a note. We know that the Waves of Orcs are going to be in this one. They did mention there's going to be a Stone Troll, and of course, Shadow and Flame. And Gandalf, if you've seen the movie, you read the books, you know what's going on. We are going to fight the Balrog as the final boss. So yes, there is going to be sections of this raid, which is going to be enemy teams. And there's going to be sections of this raid, which are going to be single target, such as the Stone Troll, such as the Balrog. So in each of those chapters, you want to look at your teams and you want to see, okay, do I have more AoE power? Or do I need single target damage? Do I need a team that's going to lay down a lot of Banes, or am I going to need a team that's going to remove those boons from the enemy team? A lot of this is to be considered per chapter. So what I would suggest is, on your first attempt, take your strongest team and try at the highest difficulty you can to lock in that best score. You know, again, you're not going to lose any attempts until you submit them. They're not giving you 100%. We won't really know more until we start, and that's going to be about in a little over a week, maybe a week and a half, because we have the Gimli event to get through. And with that, we're going to do some videos on exactly some attempts and team compositions. Now, if you're wondering what teams I'm looking at for the raids itself, obviously it's the Rivendell team. It's got a lot of sustain, not a lot of AoE action going on. I think another strong contender would be a second elf team with Legolas with that leader ability, Namariri, and some of the other characters in that elf team. And I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but the Road to Rivendell team could be very useful in these raids. They got sustain, they got tanking ability, they have AoE. Not a lot of damage going on there, maybe not until higher levels, higher gear tiers, but it's a possibility. Isengard team is another good ability. Or just a mixture of Isengard and Mordor, so you have a lot of AoE action going on as well. So whichever you're going to use, just remember you're going to have 5 attempts and you can submit your best ones. But when you submit, you're not going to be able to use that team for another go. And like I said, we're going to be getting a lot of gold. We're going to be getting a lot of ability materials. We are going to be getting, Gandalf shards as well. As you can see here, this is the first chapter when you unlock it. And right now they have difficulty 1. And I believe it's going to go up to a difficulty of 7 or 8, I believe. So that's what we got going on today. That's what they were giving us in that video. This is what they gave with the dates yesterday. I hope you guys found this information useful. I hope you are going to be planning a little bit wider of a roster for your attempts. And with that, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Adventure safe, and good luck to you and your fellowship.